What's going on YouTube? It's Alvin the Director. I'm back again with another video. So for those who are new to the channel, I'm currently an Army officer in North Pole, Alaska. I'm stationed at Fort Wainwright. I've been here for a little bit over a month, and in these videos I talk about fitness and the military and just the overall lifestyle of being an Army officer. So I did a Q&A on Instagram like I always do, and today's video was supposed to be a Q&A. But a question that one of you subscribers asked me was, what started my YouTube channel? And why I really like that question is because I was thinking about that earlier during the day, like, why did I start this channel? And, you know, I felt the need to answer it because I owed it all to you all, and let's go ahead and begin. So there I was, a sophomore in high school, and I loved cameras, but also focused more so on just being a high school student and playing sports. And although I wasn't like a big like D1 prospect or anything like that, I really didn't think it was cool to pick up a camera. And you know, I kind of fiddled around with things like on my free time, but I really kind of kept it hidden. And then fast forward to college, I got into like photography, and I started realizing that, hey, I'm actually kind of good at this because people want to pay me. And even though at the time it was like 30 and 40 bucks, like that's a lot of money for a college student. So if you could tell me that I'm about to get 40 bucks on a Friday night as opposed to me hanging out, you know, in the dorms doing nothing and probably spending $5 to go to a party, you know, why not make that money? So, you know, I started getting my name out there, I started networking and stuff like that. And then, you know, people started calling me, you know, hey, that's Alvin the Director. And I was like, hey, you know, I kind of like that. Yeah, I am Alvin the Director, you know? And so, you know, the more I did and the more I started networking and, you know, getting to know people, you know, I kind of took off with it. And, you know, that's when I started getting, you know, folks that wanted to get into photography and videography. You know, they were asking me like what I do and how I did it. And so I was like, okay, I can answer these questions, but you know, why not start a vlog? And so I started, you know, a day in the life with Alvin the Director. And that was the original content I was putting out on this channel, was just a day in the life of just being a photographer and videographer in college and just, you know, making it happen. And so I did a lot of different shoots, from fashion to sports to weddings, and weddings was what really elevated my game. And, you know, I was happy with that. You know, I thought it was really good, like the work that I was doing, but I started focusing more so on my business, which was great, than producing content for the vlog. And then, you know, when it was time to produce content for the vlog, I really just didn't want to because I felt like I was too busy. And, you know, I graduated college and I was still doing freelance, but I also was working in my career, and it was just so much to balance, you know, my career and entrepreneurship and having a vlog. So I really put the vlog on like the back burner and just focusing on my career and freelancing. But then I realized, hey, you know, I'm starting to advance in my career pretty quick and I'm not really doing what I love. And then, you know, I just started really getting like real down and like depressed about the job that I was working, and I felt like I really wasn't using my skills like I really wanted to. And so it took a lot of conversations with like Raven and like my close friends and family about the direction that I wanted to go in. And I've always been passionate about the military. Like I was in JROTC in high school, and even though I didn't take the ROTC scholarship for college, the military was always something that I thought about. And, you know, I was also starting to get, you know, back into fitness, and, you know, I started doing CrossFit. And I was like, wow, like I'm really loving like this fitness thing, and you know, I'm really wanting to stay, you know, as an entrepreneur, but like this career is kind of getting in the way. And that's when I thought about like the military. And so I started asking, you know, my circle about me joining the military, and I also thought about the hit that I might have to take, you know, on having my own business and being an entrepreneur, being a content creator. But you know, when I weighed the pros and cons, I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna work a career anyways, I might as well do a career that I'm passionate about, and also a career like the military, which allows me to focus on my fitness, and it allows me to focus on my career, and the two align. Whereas me working the career I was working in, they didn't care how much you bench press. They don't care how fast you run. They don't care how much you're in shape. All they want you to do is produce. And that just didn't align with me. So, you know, I get accepted in OCS, and you know, I'm just trying to go hard on like this military thing. And like throughout basic training, like me and Raven, we would write letters, and I was like, hey, you know, what do you think about me, you know, vlogging about the military? Because like that's what I was doing, that's what I was passionate about. I could also continue to produce like great content and connect with people. And I talked to my battles at basic training, and they were like, hey, that's a good idea, because there's not a lot of, you know, military YouTubers out there, and like you could really like make a splash with this thing. And you know, me, I'm not thinking of it because of the splash. I'm thinking of it because like, well, I already create content. I already have a YouTube channel. I'm already passionate about the military. Why not just tie them all together? So that's when I started kicking off the military vlogs at OCS, and I did, you know, my week 1 at OCS, which I got a lot of feedback from, and that's when like the questions really started rolling in on Instagram about, you know, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I go about, you know, getting into OCS? How do I focus on my physical aspects of OCS and basic training? Like, and those questions like really motivated me to keep going and pursuing this like whole YouTube thing. And like the feedback from you all was like just, it was through the roof. Like I was getting like DMs left and right from you all, and comments on the videos just asking all sorts of questions. And I was like, this is what I intended for this channel to be. You know, I intended for people to ask questions. I intended to, you know, persuade people to focus on like their fitness and their goals. And that's kind of how this whole channel like molded together. And, you know, I was able to tie the things that I love all into one channel. And having a platform to share like YouTube allowed me to, you know, connect with you all. And like I've met people all over the world, like just through YouTube. Like I have subscribers that hit me up from Africa, and like from Italy, and from Korea, and from Russia, and like they all are just telling me about their, you know, experience like in life. And you know, there are people who don't care anything about the military but just focus on their fitness goals, and they ask me questions, and I'm like, wow, like this is why I do what I do, because I like being able to talk with you all and be able to motivate you all to just be the best that you can be. And you know, if you're pro-military, that's awesome. I can help steer you in the right direction. I can talk to you about, you know, my life goals and, you know, what motivated me to join the military well after I graduated college, and as well as fitness, and how I grew up, you know, with sports. And then, you know, I put sports on like the back burner, and I just stopped caring about my fitness, and I just wanted to be a college student and just go through the motions and party and bullshit and all this other stuff. And then I was like, well, you know, I miss working out. And so I started, you know, doing CrossFit and getting back into shape. And that's when, you know, this whole military thing, you know, came about. And now I can do everything that I love, you know, with the military. And the military honestly is a 9 to 5. So you go to PT in the morning, then you work like your regular hours, and then you're free to do whatever you want to do. Whereas your regular job, you're going to be, you know, asked sometimes to like stay late, and like you might not really be doing something that you want to do. Especially like, you know, with your degree, like unless you have like a real specialized degree coming out of college, there's a lot of college students who end up going into the workforce and they're not doing what they wanted to do. And there are a lot of people who graduate high school who decide not to go to college, and they're not doing what they want to do because whatever reason. So, you know, the military is a great platform for folks who kind of want to get on their feet and figure out like what they want out of life. And, you know, it's worked out for me. And I've only been in for a year and a half, and like I'm loving it so far. So, you know, that question really hit home to me. You know, why did I create this YouTube channel? And it's because of people like you all who ask me questions, and they want to know about my life and about how they can get the most out of their life. And, you know, here we are. So if you like this video and you want to know more about me, leave them in the comments below. You can also hit me up on Instagram at AlvinTheDirector. I try to answer all my DMs, and you all that have DM'd me, you know that I'll try to get back with you. I don't think I have anybody in my DMs right now that I did not respond to. And if there is, you can leave a comment on this video and tell everyone that I didn't respond to your DM, because I try to get back to everyone. It might not be right away, but I'm gonna try to get to you, because I know if I DM someone and I want to know information from someone, you know, I expect for them to respond back to me. So I try to leave you all that same courtesy. So Hit me up on Instagram at AlvinTheDirector. Leave something in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Other than that, you already know what the deal is. I'm Alvin the Director, and I'm out. I'll see you in the next episode.